Aquarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. So this is your, oh sorry, my phone's on the desk, let's just put that over there. This is your bonus reading for the month of June 2018. This bonus reading is called, actually I should put that there. This bonus reading is called What's Blocking You from Finding Real Love. I often get a lot of questions through the website when I'm doing the private readings on, you know, Carol, well, why can't I find true love? Why can't I? And sometimes people are in relationships that they find it difficult to move out of, and sometimes people have ongoing patterns or ongoing thought patterns that they need to kind of start to release and, you know, start to break those patterns, that type of thing. So, you know, I thought it would be a really good idea just to do this reading as a general one and as a bonus one for the month of June, because every month, you know, we have your readings, your two readings for the month, your love readings and your general reading, then we've got the bonus reading sort of mid-month. Now, next door to this, you've got the July readings. Putting all the July readings super early because I have to record via video, and those videos take ages and ages to render. So I just thought it would be a good idea just to get everything up now so I know that it's done and dusted. So for your bonus reading, Aquarius, we're using the Fenestra Tarot. I bought this around December 2017. Didn't really like the pictures at the time, but actually looking back on it, looking on it again, actually I think the illustrations are pretty damn good. So we're going to use that, and we're also using your angel answers for the advice for your reading, and we're going to use the Tarot to Go, which is the smaller Hanson Roberts deck for your clarifier energy, clarifier cards, okay? So with that being said, we're going to put that to one side, and we use the advice card afterwards, and we're going to start to get the, pardon the little bits on the table actually, because this is a velvet, a little velvet sort of thing, a table type thing that covers my table for my readings. So here we go, let's take this out. And what we're going to do, Aquarius, we're just going to ask the universe what's blocking you guys. Universe, Spirit, what's blocking Aquarius from finding true love? What's blocking Aquarius from finding true love? What's blocking Aquarius from finding true love? What's blocking Aquarius? So, yes, but whenever a card falls out, I always put it back in. If it comes out again, it's got a significance to it. What is blocking Aquarius from finding true love? Show me. Now, this isn't what's blocking you from finding true love in the month of June. It's just that this is June's bonus reading, and this is just, you know. So we're going to split the deck into three like so. We're going to collect that back up like so. And what we're going to do, Aquarius, we're going to turn this around like so, like this. And we're going to, so you can see what was shuffled. And this is where you are right now, so this is where your focus is, or maybe this is how some of you guys are feeling right now, or this is what you're experiencing right now. This is your significator card, so this is who you actually are, what you represent at the moment. This is your challenge, and this is the reason why these blockages have happened, probably in this area here. This is the root cause of everything. This is what you guys have probably experienced in the recent past, and this is the area that says this is the most likely outcome for what the blockage is. So this card should really explain what most likely is blocking some of you guys in terms of finding real love, okay? I mean real love, not true love, real love. Coming in, this is how some of you guys are going to be feeling. Now, this is probably the most important part of the reading. This part here is the you now position. So this is really about how you are approaching your love life. How do you see your love life? How do you feel about love with this card here? How are you approaching your love life? How do you see love? Through what is the card? So through the lens of this card, it should tell us why things are happening the way that they're happening. This is how your ex-lover or somebody around you, but this has to be somebody who's, you know, you've been with, in a relationship with, or you might still be in a relationship with someone. But this is how, you know, a significant other has seen you or sees you. This is your hopes or desires or fears concerning love, and this card's very important because this card will tell you how you remove the blockages in terms of finding real love. So I will start here, Aquarius, and we look at how you see love. King of Cups reverse is how you see love, okay, and how you feel about love and how you're approaching your love life. I do feel that some of you guys are emotionally cutting yourself off with this King of Cups, sorry, in the reverse. King of Cups in the reverse is somebody who is likely not to be so open concerning love. This is the type of person who is emotionally shut down when you get a King of Cups reverse. This person can show up as being very depressed when it comes to their love life. This person can show up as being somebody who can be quite manipulative or emotionally abusive, or somebody who's very difficult to kind of receive love and also to give it. So this person, in terms of love, receptivity to love is not particularly high on their agenda. This is why he's often seen as being quite a manipulator when it comes to love. So it might be that you're approaching your, I'm not saying that you're approaching your love life from a manipulative angle, but I am saying that for some of you guys, how you're approaching your love life at the moment is from a place where you seem to be quite shut down. Some of you guys might be a little bit resentful as well in terms of love. Partly if I take little sips on my drink here, it's just that I get really thirsty. So some of you guys, it might be that you feel a sense of resentment as well with this King of Cups energy in the reverse, showing as you how you're approaching it. But I think some of you guys, it might be with this King of Cups reversed, you're approaching your love life from a place of distrust as well, because the King of Cups in reverse isn't likely to trust. He's not an empath, he's not a sympath, he's not somebody who can see somebody else's point of view, he's not somebody who is particularly open emotionally and receptive to other people's needs. This person really in the reverse is only receptive to their own needs. So I just think that overall there's probably an emotional imbalance showing up here in terms of how you're approaching your love life at the moment, Aquarius. Now, the reason that it's all happening is because of a Page of Cups. It could have been because of a new relationship. It might also be, Page of Cups is a new relationship, but Page of Cups is also about, because the card represents a dreamer, it often represents you had a dream. It might be because, it could be Aquarius, there might have been a younger, this is usually Pisces energies, Page of Cups, but it could have been a younger Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer individual, or just somebody that came into your life and proposed all sorts of shit, for example. Page of Cups would be the type of person that would whisper sweet nothings in your ear. They'd tell you how beautiful you are. They'd tell you that the sun shines out your backside. That's what the Page of Cups would do, because he's young and he's immature and he's very much a romantic individual. So it might be that you had, the reason that everything is happening is that you had a very immature romantic individual in your life with the Page of Cups, somebody who told you that you are the star and the moon and the this and the that without really even getting to know you. It might have been something about a new relationship. It might be that you had a fantasy about love here. And I think that as a result of that in the recent past, you guys have experienced, well, what are we looking at here? Let me count that. The Six of Swords. Yeah, the Six of Swords. So I think that you've kind of moved on from that in the recent past, because the Six of Swords is all about finding clarity. So some of you guys have experienced, as a result of this, growing up, maturing. Finding the truth is the Six of Swords, because it's about mental development is the Six of Swords. This is where you're starting to see things clearly. So I think, but it's interesting. The swordman, if you look at the Six of Swords here, you can see the swords are nearly in this person's face. They can't see the clear ocean for the swords, but this man's got his head turned away from those swords. So I think that you guys really are starting to see beyond those swords. You're starting to see things a lot more clearly concerning this energy here, whether this be a person or your own fantasy or the newness of a relationship. Now, who you are as people at the moment, Aquarius, is you are Temperance reversed. So I think that you really are in a place where you are feeling very imbalanced with the Temperance energy. I don't think you've healed as well. Temperance reverse represents a lack of healing, and it also represents a great deal of emotional instability with an individual. This really card says, I feel really up and down. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel particularly happy. And I think that some of you guys are experiencing a sense of feeling emotionally unstable. There's a sense of feeling imbalanced emotionally as well. There's a sense of not feeling particularly comfortable or feeling healed or feeling at a place where you feel that you have accepted a situation here. So I feel that right now with Temperance in the reverse, some of you guys as a significator, you are actually feeling a sense of imbalance. You are actually quite imbalanced in who you are at the moment with it. And I think that some of you guys might be quite troubled as well with that Temperance in the reverse, because Temperance in the upright says that you're in a state of, you know, peace. With the Temperance card in the upright, but I think reverse, there is a sense of, with this Temperance in the reverse, meaning that some of you guys might be going through some form of emotional illness or perhaps even mental illness. I think there's a sense of unrest going on with you guys right now. You look like you're feeling a sense of unrest, and I think that, you know, your challenge Well, Four of Wands reverse. Breakup, somebody leaving this relationship, not getting what you want, because the Four of Wands in the upright talks about successful relationship, the successful completion of a first stage of a relationship, often talks about joy and happiness, but when it's reversed, this indicates that there's a great deal of unhappiness and instability. So your challenge with this Four of Wands in the reverse might be that this relationship didn't even get to stage one. For example, it didn't even get to first base, it didn't even get to the point maybe where you met each other's families, that type of thing. Yeah, suggests to me this Four of Wands in the reverse that somebody left the relationship. Four of Wands in the reverse can also show somebody leaving, somebody kind of moving out of a relationship or a home or something like that. And that's the challenge with the Four of Wands in the reverse, that this was a very unstable relationship, and also you didn't have a secure enough foundation to build this relationship upon, because the Four of Wands in the upright is all about having that secure foundation that you can start to build a relationship or a business or a situation on. In the reverse, this is a very unstable foundation. So your challenge is that this was an unstable foundation with the Four of Wands in the reverse, and as a result of that, what you're experiencing right now is the Fool in the reverse. So I think because of this energy, what you're now experiencing is reluctance, because the Fool reverse says, actually, I'm a little bit scared, I'm a little bit nervous now to get into other things. Probably because the root cause is somebody who told you that I think this is a person. I think that you guys experience somebody who told you and says to you, Aquarius, you know, we're going to have the best life together. This can also show as a narcissist as well, I believe, this Page of Cups, because he's young. He's very kind of, he's a fantasist, is the Page of Cups, which often narcissists can be. I'm not entirely saying that this is a part narcissist, but I think that you have experienced somebody who told you that you were the moon, the stars, the sea, the wind, the sky, the earth, everything. I think you experienced somebody who told you all of this stuff. And it's only now that suddenly you can see the wood for the trees now, because this was an unstable foundation. The challenge is that this was an unstable foundation. Nothing really was mature in this relationship. Nothing really developed. Not really. We've got some very young energy showing this Page of Cups as the root issue for why everything is happening, and the Four of Wands reverse showing an unstable foundation, something you couldn't build on with such a young energy. And that's what's made you right now, the energy around you guys. Fool in the reverse shows somebody who's very fearful and very reluctant. So I think that you guys are very reluctant now about relationships, and therefore the most likely thing that's blocking you from finding real love. That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of Wands in the reverse. You've got no confidence. Is this 6 of Wands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that, no, it's the 5 of Wands. Is that 5 of Wands? It is 5 of Wands reversed. That's interesting. Why have we got a 5 of Wands reversed that looks like that? Is that the 5 of Wands reversed? 1. Oh no, it's 6. Of course it is. Sorry, you've got. I was looking for the edge. I thought it was a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's the 6 of Wands, because this person's looking victorious, but it's reversed. There's a lack of confidence here. 6 of Wands in the upright talks about people who are confident, very self-assured. Great deal of belief in oneself. In the reverse, there's a lack of confidence here. The reason that you're being blocked from finding real love is because you've let somebody take your confidence away. And you shouldn't really, because the person was just a little prick. Not being rude, but look at them. Look at them. They're a Page of Cups. They're young. They don't know anything. And even if this is an older person, they're immature if they're showing as a Page of Cups. And you've let this take your confidence away. Jeez. You didn't even have a stable foundation to build anything on. So why are you allowing this situation here to take your confidence away? Why are you allowing yourself to become very kind of... I don't even think that you're resentful as the King of Cups in the reverse. I just think you're scared. I think you're scared, and I think that you're shy, and I think that you're nervous. And I think that you have allowed a situation to make you recoil from love to a certain extent for you guys. Now coming in, what you guys are going to experience is the Justice card in the reverse. You're not going to get your rewards. You're not going to get your balance. You're not going to get those things that you want in terms of love because of these energies here. How does an ex-lover, maybe this person here, how do they see you? They see you as the Ace of Coins in the reverse. Ace of Coins in the reverse, when it comes to love, it talks about being non-committal. Why would somebody see you as being non-committal? Not unless they see you as somebody who... see, Ace of Pentacles in the upright shows, if they were to see you as the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, I think they would see you as somebody quite valued, somebody who had the potential to offer something. But in the reverse, it might be that they feel that you're somebody that doesn't have the potential to offer them what they want. But that's not a bad thing, because it just means that you're at juxtaposition in terms of who you are and who I feel that this other person is. What are your hopes or fears? Well, your fears are the Seven of Swords, being taken advantage of, somebody taking the piss. You know, people pulling the, you know, the wool over your eyes. Your fears are, I think, twofold. I think, number one, it's not being able to trust. Number two, it's having deceptive people come into your life who don't mean what they say, as in Page of Cups. I mean, look, he or she might have come with all the best intentions. It's just that this person might have just got too excited. It was an unstable foundation to build this relationship on. The overall outcome for what you can do to rid yourself of this blockage, the Hierophant in the reverse, you need to break away from these ideas that you've got. You've got some set ideas here. And those ideas are, you know, I'm too scared. But those ideas are built on bullshit, because the root issue is about a Page of Cups, somebody who whispers sweet nothings in your ear, but they were young. They're showing us a Page of Cups because they're young. They don't even know about love. They haven't got a clue. And if it, as I've said, if it is somebody older, Aquarius, they're immature, because they show us a Page of Cups. They don't know about love. They don't know what it is to love. They're still learning about it themselves. They're just a young gun, either in age or in how they are as a person. Because the problem is, this wasn't a solid... You can't build a foundation, especially if you're looking for something long-term, Aquarius. You can't build a foundation with somebody who doesn't know how to do it either. It's like blind leading the blind, you know? And therefore the energies are, you guys are kind of like, oh no, I'm never going to love again. Oh no, I'm going to, you know, I'm not taking a risk on anyone with this Fool in the reverse. I don't want to take any risks here. I don't want to get hurt again, that type of thing. But the problem is that what's blocking you is your lack of confidence within yourself, the Six of Wands in the reverse. Because you had a blip with an individual here, for some of you guys. Even if it's not a blip, this person's an idiot. If they're older and they're showing us the Page of Cups. Because they've not learned anything. They don't know how to love. They're just trying to find out how to do it. So how do you expect them to love you or build anything with you when they can't even love themselves? They don't even know how to. They're just learning. And this is why you're approaching love as the King of Cups in the reverse. Somebody who's coy, shy, frightened, nervous, resentful, even. Suspicious. King of Cups reversed. Ex-lovers have seen you as somebody who can't give them what they want. Ace of Coins in the reverse. Not that they see you as a failure, but just someone who can't give them, I feel, what they want. But that's not a bad thing. Sometimes we're just not going to gel with people. You've got to let go of these old ideas. Hierophant reverse, breaking away from old ideas, old ways of thinking, patterns of behaviour. You need to break away from this pattern of behaviour, this pattern of thinking. Let's get some clarifiers. I'm not going to put clarifiers on all the areas, Aquarius, but I'll put them on some of these areas. Why is Aquarius approaching their love life right now as the King of Cups in the reverse? I think you guys are being very suspicious with that Fool showing there. Why are they approaching their love lives as a King of Cups in the reverse? Well, it's all about you guys taking a step back before moving in. So the Hangman is all about taking a step back, and the Knight of Swords is about moving in. If you look at this Knight of Wands, looking in to process towards there's a blockage here, he can only go so far. So you guys, I think with this Hangman, are taking a step back to evaluate any suitors before allowing them in, or before moving into, you know, a said situation. And that's why you're showing us being the king. You're approaching the relationships from the place of needing to be very, very suspicious of people that come into your life, because the root issue is all about a Page of Cups. And what happened with this Page of Cups? Why is the root issue all about a Page of Cups? Why is this root issue all about the Page of Cups? Show me in 2 cards. Well, I think that this person gave. The Six of Coins shows somebody who was giving, somebody who was paying you attention. But you've got a King of Cups, King of Pentacles. So this was a new relationship. The root issue is all about a Page of Cups, a new relationship with this individual. But also, it's not just a new relationship. I think that this was about a fantasy. A dream relationship. There was a fantasy that you were going to have a give and take relationship. You were going to share the responsibilities in a relationship with a person that wanted to settle down with the King of Pentacles. So this person is not this Page of Cups, this person is the King of Pentacles. But there was a fantasy here, there was a dream that you were going to settle down. You were going to share the responsibilities in a relationship, Six of Coins, with a person. Remember, you get a King of Pentacles or a Queen of Pentacles in a love reading, Aquarius. These are traditional people within the tarot. They want to settle down, they want families, they want to build a strong relationship. So you had a dream. The root issue is all about this dream and fantasy you had. And that fantasy was about taking responsibility, shared responsibility between two people in a relationship, two people, so sharing the responsibility in this relationship with this person, King of Pentacles. Could have been a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, doesn't have to be, but you were certain, not even certain, you had this dream, this fantasy that you and this person were going to settle down together and share in this relationship. But in the recent past, as a result of this, you have come to know something about this individual. You have actually found the truth with this Six of Swords energy. And what is that truth about? You've actually seen things clearly. And what's the Six of Swords about? What's the Six of Swords about in 2 cards? What's the Six of Swords about in 2 cards? Well, it's all about your hopes and your wishes showing here. Well, the Eight of Cups is turning away from it. Alright, so this is not manifesting. You've got the hopes and wishing. So this is all about, so you found clarity here that this hope that you had, I think that somebody wasn't very focused on this. The Eight of Cups shows somebody walking away from the star. So somebody who's abandoned that dream. So I think there's clarity here. And that clarity is for some of you Aquarians. And this is you, the star energy. So that's actually your major card. And we can see on the major card that you are releasing this situation. So your clarity is, I think, that as the star, you have great clarity, I think, as this star energy, Aquarius, that you need to release this relationship. Because this is all about releasing as well the star energy and walk away with the Eight of Cups. But also, I think with the star energy showing here is that this is about a dream that you wanted to manifest. This is about a hope and a desire with the star energy. But with the Eight of Cups, you're abandoning that. So it's almost like you've got clarity that you need to abandon this hope. I want to see why you need to abandon this. Why did Aquarius need to abandon this dream? Because the star can be the dream and so can that Page of Cups. Why did Aquarius feel that it needed to abandon this dream? Show me. Well, it's because of a commitment here with the Ace of Cups. Somebody wasn't focusing on their commitment with you. You've got the Ace of Pentacles here, which means the start of a commitment. But usually when you get the Six of Swords, somebody's foot is one step out of the door. They're not particularly focusing. This person, this King of Pentacles, actually wasn't focusing on a commitment with you. Sorry about that. I've got a video rendering. Oh, sorry about that, guys. One of my other videos is rendering. So what you recognised here, Aquarius, was that, you know, see here, you're very suspicious about love. And the situation is, you hold off moving on or moving into a situation before you know the person properly. Because the root issue is about this dream that you had with the Page of Cups. This new relationship that allowed you to dream. To dream that you were going to share. Have equal share. Give and receive. With this person, this King of Pentacles, you were going to share in a very strong relationship with this individual. It wasn't just about love. You guys had this dream. You were really going to settle down with this individual. But the Six of Swords says in recent past, you discovered, because the Six of Swords is all about a discovery as well. So you discovered, what is it that you discovered? You discovered that you needed to abandon this dream. Eight of Cups, turning its back on that star energy showing there. Why is that? Because this commitment or potential for this commitment, somebody wasn't particularly focused on. And I think it was this King of Pentacles. Now, as a significator card, you guys are feeling, or you are Temperance reverse. Why is the significator card for Aquarius showing as being Temperance reverse? Show me in 2 cards. Right. Well, you're feeling very hurt with the Queen of Swords energy. And the need to focus probably on your work. I think that you're feeling very hurt here. And that hurt is giving you the... Well, I think that, number one, you're feeling very hurt because you were making plans with this individual with the Three of Coins energy. But also you're feeling very hurt, I think, here. And as this is the Three of Pentacles, maybe this is the King of Pentacles energy with the Three of Coins. You might be feeling very hurt because this person was focusing on something outside of you. They weren't focusing on you. They might have been focusing on, you know, working out a plan or focusing on their work, for example, with the Three of Coins. But I think that you're feeling very hurt by somebody who wasn't focusing on you, but also feeling very hurt and also needing to focus on your own. But I don't think this is you focusing on your work. If it is you focusing on your work after feeling very hurt by this person as the Queen of Swords energy, I think that you are showing as being out of balance. Your significator card is saying that you're focusing on one thing over the other a little bit too much. But this is as a distraction from whatever it is that's happened here. Now your challenge is the Four of Wands in the reverse, and I'm reading this as there was too much of an unstable foundation here. And what's this unstable foundation about in two cards? The Knight of Swords, rushing in with that Knight of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. Just going to drink here. The Knight of Swords is all about aggression. It's not all about aggression. It can mean several things. Sometimes this is an arrival. Sometimes this is an exit strategy, for example. So maybe, just maybe, this was an unstable foundation. I'm not sure whether this person was pursuing. Could have been pursuing a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. I think that this person here was pursuing somebody else. For some reason, this person doesn't show as being a queen, though. They show as being a Nine of Coins individual. It might be that this was an unstable foundation because this King of Pentacles probably was pursuing a time on his own, Nine of Coins. Nine of Coins represents somebody who wants to be independent. Maybe this person was pursuing maybe goals to do with work, money, that type of thing. I just get the impression that this person wasn't entirely focused on you. They were focused on other areas. I think they were either pursuing another individual. Nine of Coins can always show as another individual as well. But I also feel that this person was probably pursuing time on their own with the Nine of Coins. Or maybe they were pursuing being on their own, being independent, maybe developing something for themselves with that Nine of Coins energy. It is the card of being independent. So this person might have been pursuing being on their own or being more independent, for example, with the Nine of Coins. They could have also been pursuing someone else. Either way, whether they were pursuing being on their own, being more independent, whether they were pursuing with this Knight of Swords another individual, this is why the relationship was unstable. It was it wasn't a stable enough foundation showing up here. Also, the Knight of Swords shows a free spirit. And actually, to be perfectly honest with you, Aquarius, I think that this is you, the Nine of Coins. And I'm just going to pick another card here, because whenever I see the Nine of Coins looking over at a card, this is what this person's fixed on. I think you were isolated yourself from the truth. Because when you get the Nine of Coins looking at another card, sometimes this person's trying to keep themselves from something. So they isolate themselves. You can see that she's isolated here. And sometimes this person's isolating themselves from the truth. I think that this was an unstable foundation. Because I think that this King of Pentacles was very much with this Knight of Swords. Probably trying to look for some other goal. This person might have been a little bit of a player. Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands can be player energies as well. So it might be that this person was a player and you were ignoring the truth. And that's why this was an unstable foundation. You can get the Nine of Pentacles when it shows somebody who's isolating themselves or they're ignoring something here. I think you were isolating yourself from the truth, ignoring the truth for some of you guys, because this person, I would now probably read this Knight of Swords as being a bit of a player. This person, when you get Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands, they tend to run, they tend to just be passing through sometimes. Sometimes they're not in it for the long haul. Your dream was you were going to settle down with this person. You soon discovered that you needed to abandon this dream because this person was not focused on a commitment with you. Your challenge is this person, you know, this was an unstable foundation because I think this person was a bit of a player. And you were isolating yourself from the truth. You were ignoring the truth, I think, for some of you guys. But I think that's why with this Fool energy, the energy around you guys is the Fool. And why is the energy around as a result of this energy universe here in the challenge position? Why is this energy around Aquarians, the Fool reverse? Show me 2 cards. Well, it's about new relationships showing here. Some of you guys, I think, are at a bit of a crossroads in terms of starting new relationships. Because this is being at a crossroads and this is starting a new relationship. So in starting new relationships, Aquarius is a bit of a crossroads, I think, with this 2 of Wands. Because what you guys are experiencing is reluctancy with that Fool energy. You don't want to take a risk. You're fearing taking a risk. Because the situation is all about you guys being reluctant. You guys being at a bit of a crossroads, starting something new. But it's because this person, I think that some of you guys are beating yourself up over something here as well. I think that you feel a sense of guilt because you were ignoring the truth. You were ignoring that this person was a player. This person, your challenge is that this relationship was was built on an unstable foundation. It was built on sand. And this is all about this person being a player, Knight of Swords, in which you were ignoring the truth. So this is why I feel that there's some guilt here. And as a result of that, it's almost like punishment. So I get the impression that you guys are punishing yourself. So you say to yourself, Aquarius, right, that's it. I'm not taking any more risks. No way. No more risks. And it shows here you're not willing to take any more risks. Because this is all about, I'm not taking any more risks. Because you know what, actually, I'm kind of in between. I don't know whether I would really want to start something new with someone else. So there's almost like self-punishment going on here because you made a mistake with an individual. You know you were ignoring the truth because you did this here. You discovered that you needed to abandon this idea, this dream. Because this person here, the King of Pentacles, wasn't focused on having a commitment with you. So you abandoned the dream that you had here. Challenge though, unstable foundation. Person is a player ignoring the truth. You ignored it. So now you self-punish. So now it's all about self-punishment. Shit, I'm not taking any more risks. No way. And therefore the most likely outcome for what's blocking you from finding real love is the 6 of Wands in reverse. It's your confidence. I think your confidence is low. And what's this 6 of Wands in the reverse about? What's this 6 of Wands in the reverse about? And 2 cards. Well, there you go. Heartbreak, 3 of Swords. The breakup of a long-term relationship or the breakup of a relationship. However you want to read that 10 of Coins. Because the 10 of Coins is usually a long-term relationship. Well, this is a breakup of a relationship that you were trying to build, I think, with this 10 of Coins. I get the impression that this was a fairly new relationship. If it's not a new relationship, then it's definitely, I think, the partner became very bored and very distant. You'd probably, if it's been a long-term relationship, you've been having long-term problems with an individual, I think, for some of you Aquarians. Coming in, what you're going to experience is Justice reversed. I'm going to quicken this up because it's getting a bit dark now. What is Justice reversed about? You say that Aquarians will experience Justice reversed. What is this Justice reversed about in 2 cards? Well, the world. So the world is all about an achievement. Well, there you go, the 9 of Swords. I think this is great worry here. It's all about, because the world, so you get the secondary card, and the world, you could say, well, the world is causing worry. Maybe an achievement, or gaining the world, or gaining success. Finding your soulmate with the World card is causing great worry with this 9 of Swords. But we're saying that you're going to experience the Justice in the reverse energy. But this is about you, because the 9 of Swords is usually about the client and what the client feels. The world is on your shoulders here. So you're experiencing, I think, with the Justice card in the reverse, for some of you guys, a feeling of being, a feeling of not getting what you want, if that makes any sense. Because Justice in the upright says, I have been rewarded, but you're not having your rewards coming with the Justice in the reverse. There's a great deal of imbalance here. There's a lack of acceptance in a way, I think, that you guys are going to be feeling coming in the immediate future with this Justice reverse. Your scales are not balanced. Again, Temperance reverse, Justice reverse, both kind of the same thing sometimes, especially if we're looking at it as an internal thing. Feeling a sense of imbalance. And I think it's all about the world. The world causing great strife, great worry, great anxiety. I think this is all about the world being on your shoulders here for some of you guys here, looking at these two energies. How your ex sees you is as the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. They either see you as somebody who's not investable, or they see you as somebody who can't give to them what they want. Why does the ex see Aquarius as being the Ace of Coins reversed? Well, Page of Swords. I don't know whether it's something to do with arguing with this Page of Swords. I'm wondering if there were arguments about marriage with this Hierophant energy showing here. Because the Page of Swords often references arguments, and the Hierophant can be about a union, marriage. So maybe there's been some strong words or some arguments concerning marriage. This ex may see you as somebody with the Ace of Coins in the reverse who wasn't invested in the relationship, or after maybe a period of time didn't want to invest in something long-term in this relationship, because as we can see here, you guys discovered that you needed to abandon this dream because this King of Pentacles really wasn't focused on a commitment with you. So this ex might see you as somebody right now, Aquarius, as somebody who's no longer invested in your relationship, perhaps because there were arguments in terms of marriage and in terms of making this relationship far more official and far more kind of unified with the Hierophant energy. Your hopes, I think your fears within love are the Seven of Swords. And why are, what's the Seven of Swords about? Why are Aquarius' fears the Seven of Swords in 2 cards? Well, the Four of Swords talks about somebody who withdraws. See, we've got the Hermit showing here. It's about, this Four of Swords is about the Hermit because this clarifies the first card. So it might be that your fears are being deceived. And the Seven of Swords is a card about deception. So your fears might be, well, what if I'm deceived by an individual? Now that deception could be about somebody who is, you know, the Four of Swords is all about withdrawal. But the Hermit is looking in at the Four of Swords. So this Hermit is very focused on withdrawing. And also 2 cards are talking about somebody who withdraws. So maybe the focus here. And it's difficult sometimes when you're trying to combine a card together, especially one that is so passive. Both cards represent passive energy in a way. Sometimes this can be the card of contemplation. Maybe this person contemplates withdrawing because he is looking under the Four of Swords. So it's almost like your fears are with the Seven of Swords being deceived. Maybe it's about this person changing their mind, for example, with these 2 cards. The outcome shows us how you overcome this obstacle, how you withdraw this obstacle, and how you go about finding true love now. How do you overcome the obstacle of this energy here? Because I think that I'm seeing obstacles here, here, not so much here, but I think here as well, and here. There's a lot of obstacles showing around this. Your obstacle to finding true love. There's a lot of blockages, I think, in this reading. Well, how do you overcome the blockage? Well, here in the reverse, you need to change your mindset. You need to break away from old patterns of thinking, old ways of thinking with the Hierophant in the reverse. And what's the Hierophant reversed about? What's the Hierophant reversed about in 2 cards? Well, the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Maybe some of you guys need to break away from the idea that just because you go out on a date or you start dating someone, it's going to lead to true love with the Ace of Cups energy. Because the Three of Cups is all about dating and meeting and socialising with someone here. And the Ace of Cups is all about finding true love. I don't know how important this person was to you, that's the thing. It depends on whether this was a long-term relationship or not. But it's telling you to break away from old ideas, Hierophant in the reverse, if you want to find real love. And this is all about Three of Cups, meeting, socialising, meeting someone that you gel with, being true love. It might be that everybody that you meet, it's not going to be a case of that you gel with them, that they're going to be the real one, the true one. And I think that would make more sense to me, because it almost like feels to me that you really did put your onus on a particular person. You really did think to yourself that this was going to be the one. And I think because this person let you down, you took a step back. And I'm seeing you taking a step back here and here, Aquarius. So we're going to go through this reading again. What's blocking you from finding real love? Well, you guys are very suspicious when it comes to love. I think you're approaching your love life like a King of Cups reverse would. Somebody who's very emotionally withdrawn. Somebody who's very suspicious of lovers. Somebody who doesn't open up very well with the King of Cups in a reverse. But I think it's all about you guys taking a step back before rushing into anything. And that would kind of make sense. And I understand that one. But it's all because Page of Cups could have been a new relationship. If it was a new relationship, maybe for some of you guys, you got very quickly involved with this individual. Because you've got the grounded energy of that pentacle. You know, this is a traditional lover, and this is where there is shared responsibility. So maybe you got into something really quickly with somebody here, where it almost feels like you've been together for years. For some of you guys, you had the wish, the idealism, the fantasy, the romantic thoughts with the Page of Cups, that you were going to settle down, this Six of Pentacles. You were going to start sharing the responsibilities in a relationship with this King of Pentacles, somebody who really wanted to settle down. Maybe you've been told this by this individual. Page of Cups being good news. And somebody who will tell you all of this wonderful stuff. Yeah, I want to settle down. I want us to share responsibilities, have children, you know, build the relationship together. Some of you guys might have been told this. If you were told it, then the person displayed something else to you. They weren't 100% doing what they said they were going to do. Maybe this was a shared dream. Either way, I think that this person didn't carry out what they said they were going to do, because I think as a result of that, you soon discovered with that Six of Swords energy, you were able to see the wood for the trees quite clearly. And that what you discovered was you need to abandon this dream that you had. Why is that? Because this person here wasn't focusing on the commitment. They told you probably that they wanted to commit to you, but when it came to it, they didn't actually see it through. Now, as a person, you guys possibly are feeling a little bit restless. Temperance reversed. You're showing as your significated card is somebody who's finding it difficult to manage. So I think that you are finding it very difficult to manage, some of you guys at the moment. Just general things. And it might also be what you're finding difficult to manage is your work, because the Queen of Swords, she's not always a hurt character, but the focus for the Queen of Swords is more about work. Three of Coins. So if I were to read that again, I'd say that you guys are finding it very difficult to manage at the moment. Temperance card reversed. And what are you finding very difficult to manage? Mentally focusing, Queen of Swords, on your work, Three of Pentacles. And that's all because of what this person did. Now, I think that you're finding it difficult to focus on your work for some of you Aquarians, because your challenge is the Four of Wands in the reverse, the breakup card. But also that you built this relationship on a very, very flimsy foundation. And that's about, you had a player. Somebody told you stuff, but they didn't carry it out. You had a player, but you guys were ignoring the truth. You were isolating yourself with all of the niceties of the relationship from seeing the wood for the trees. You soon saw it though, and I think you gave yourself a kick up the ass about it. And therefore, in the present situation now, some of you guys say, you know what, actually, I'm not going to bother going for anyone now anymore. Fuck this. Fall in the reverse. I don't want to take any more risks. Because you're a little bit of a crossroads in terms of the Ace of Wands. You're reluctant to move forward into relationships now. A little bit of a crossroads in terms of starting a relationship now. You just don't trust. And therefore, the most likely thing that's blocking you guys is Six of Wands reverse. You lack confidence. And what's that about? Well, it's the breakup of this relationship. It's the breakup with the Three of Swords. The disappointment in a relationship that you were trying to build, or you thought you were going to build, for some of you guys. And that's why you lack your confidence, because somebody who told you they were going to do something, somebody who agreed with you, somebody who showed you so much, showed you so little. And now you're not even managing, for some of you guys, your work. Mentally being able to focus on your work. Because of what somebody did. Now coming in, you guys are going to experience justice in the reverse. Again, feeling a sense of imbalance. Possibly the world is on your shoulders here with this world energy. It is the world causing problems for you. Some of you guys, I think that you're going to be finding it very difficult to cope because of what one person did to you here. Because this person sees you as the Ace of Coins in the reverse now. They see you as no longer invested in this relationship. Arguments about commitment, about progressing the relationship into something more official. Arguments in the marriage, if it was a marriage. Fears are being deceived. What if somebody changes their mind? The Hermit is looking into withdrawing. So maybe this person will change their mind. Maybe this person will deceive you. Maybe this person will run away or avoid with that Seven of Swords. Being in a long-term relationship. It's almost like you've got this kind of negative self-talk for some of you Aquarians here. But the outcome says, well, how are you going to overcome this? You need to change your ideas. You need to break away from this belief system that you have. The Hierophant is all in the upright is all about having a belief system. In the reverse, you need to break away from that belief system. And the belief system is all about, you know, connections. The Three of Cups, being the one. The Ace of Cups, being your true love. Doesn't mean that just because you build up some form of a connection with that Three of Cups energy, that this person, I think, with the Ace of Cups is going to be the one. It's not always the way. So you need to kind of break away from this belief system that you've built up. You really felt that, I think, somebody was the one here. And when they proved not to be the one, it kind of destroyed your belief in love. So much so that you became very suspicious, overly suspicious, which is fair enough. And as a result of that, not wanting to take any risks at a crossroads in terms of starting relationships. But it's all because you had a dream here, or somebody told you that they wanted to work with you in developing a relationship with you. Because they're a traditionalist and they too want to settle down. But what they did is they didn't prove it. You generally discovered, also I think the discovery was that this person wasn't focused on the goal. The Eight of Cups turning its back on the star energy would say to me that this person probably wasn't focusing on you as well. You're Aquarius, you're the star. So this person was kind of not focused on you being the star. And was 1 foot outside the door, not focusing on the commitment. Also not focusing on the goal. Very distracted from your commitment with this Six of Swords out of the Ace of Coins. And this is what's made you guys lack confidence, because it is the disappointment in terms of the building up of this relationship. It is the disappointment or the divorce or the disagreement or the discord in this long-term relationship for some of you guys. Because I think that somebody really played you, and I think you ignored that they played you. You ignored that they were a player. It was an unstable foundation, mainly because you were ignoring the truth that this person's a liar. Not even a liar. Knight of Swords isn't a liar when he's in the upright, but he certainly can be a player. But you need to break away from this belief system that just because you're connected with someone, it leads to true love. Not all the time, because whatever your connection is doesn't necessarily mean it's theirs. How you find true love is breaking away from the ideas that you've already set in motion. Just because somebody hurt you, it doesn't mean that everybody else is. Let's have a look at your advice card, Aquarius. What's the advice that you have for Aquarius on this reading? What's the advice that you have for Aquarius on this reading? Show me. It's telling you you're going to have abundance, okay? You will have abundance coming in, and this will in perfect timing. You'll have abundance in perfect timing. When the time is right, you will find that soulmate. But first of all, you've got to release this blockage. You've got to release this blockage. That because it didn't work out with what you consider to be the perfect person for you, because they showed themselves to be someone else, you start to distrust completely. Shit happens. It's the way it is sometimes. Sometimes we do put our faith in people and they let us down. But it won't happen with everyone. Within perfect timing, you will have abundance with the right person. This simply wasn't the right person for you. Okay, that's your reading, Aquarius. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will speak to you guys on your love readings, your general love readings for couples and singles for the month of July 2018. God bless, take care, bye-bye.